Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am so excited to welcome all of you to this call. Welcome to everybody from around the world who is watching this. My name is Dave Pasquale, and I'm going to be hosting the call tonight with a very, very special guest. He is one of the most educated crypto minds that I know of personally. He's helped hundreds of thousands of people all throughout the world with a lot of the information that he's going to be bringing. So I want you to pay close attention. We're going to have an interview style overview right now, and we're going to be talking with Mr. Mike Sotero. Okay, so Mike, thank you so much for joining the call. We appreciate you. And if you would, just tell us a little bit about yourself, where you came from, and where you're going.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely appreciate the invitation once again. And I've been in entrepreneur since I was 18. 27. I live in South Florida at right now, and I've been all around the world. And at 18 years old, I got a mentor. And he said that if you follow everybody else, you're going to get those results. And it was January 9th, 2013. That was the day where I made a decision that I was going to become successful, or I was going to look for something different. I was literally just at the gym right now, and I saw a friend who actually started our first business with me. And, our lives were just in two different places because he quit. And I remember getting a mentor, and he said that if you stick and stayed, you'll get your pay. And that was my mentality. And from 18 to 20, I had made six figures. At 20, almost 21, I found myself struggling financially again, and I had to make a decision. And definitely by the grace of God, I ran into a friend, Mr. Jason Brown, one of the most successful entrepreneurs in the world. We were friends from the past. I saw him actually in South Florida. He was from New Jersey. And, he showed me trading. He showed me crypto. But most importantly is he had the right intention behind it. And he introduced me to an individual by the name of Christopher Terry, one of the wealthiest people in the world, literally top 700 wealthiest person in the world. And he started to explain to me how money was being traded. And I knew this, but I didn't have the education behind it. So fast forward 2017, I became a student. I started learning from Chris. I started learning from other educators. Now I am one of the educators for our platform for our company. And, the journey's been crazy. We've been able to help a lot of people, Dave.
That's amazing, Mike. Mike, I know that you've been studying for a long time, but before we get into some of the questions here about crypto, what has crypto done for you personally over the time that you started trading it and building it?
Yeah, it's definitely changed my life. I've always been able to make money in business and entrepreneurship, make a little bit of money. But when I saw crypto, it was a solution, right? I went to Chase the other day and trying to get some money out, and it's like a hassle. They ask you all these questions. And, I saw that it was real. So in early 2017, I started to buy Litecoin, and I started to buy XRP. Litecoin was like at 17 or like $30. And I just started to buy it, right? I just bought it to buy it, right? And then I started to buy XRP. And over the past 2 years, from those investments and from continuing to learn how to trade and trading, and then withdrawing that and moving it into crypto, I've made more money in crypto than I have in any business ever. And this year this year, as we close out 2021, will be bigger financially in 1 year than over the past 8 years combined. Just from getting educated in these markets.
Absolutely amazing, Mike. Okay, so let's get to the down and dirty. So Bitcoin, everybody's hearing about it. It's been around for a while. Can you briefly tell us what is Bitcoin?
Yeah, so Bitcoin is it's a currency. Okay, it's actually now the official currency of El Salvador, of Ukraine, and this week or the next 10 days of Brazil as well, meaning nobody knows, number one, the owner of Bitcoin. Okay, it's not controlled by a government. It's not controlled by borders. And there's a max supply of it. There's a limited supply, right? Gold, we just keep finding more gold. Silver, we keep finding more silver. With Bitcoin, it's 21 million. And it's the first peer-to-peer transaction really method. If I wanted to send, let's say, $1 million or $100 or even $1 billion to David or to Amber or to Anthony Allen, and I do that through a bank, okay, through a traditional institution, I'm getting questions, I'm getting flagged for fraud. They're going to definitely make some money on that wire, right? But with crypto, I can send somebody else money across the world and they'll have it in minutes, and I'll pay a couple dollars in fees. So Bitcoin was the solution, and Bitcoin was created after the housing market crashed. We're seeing the dollar being printed, more printed, keeps just being printed every day. Most of the dollar has been printed over the past couple years, like 70% of the physical US dollar. So Bitcoin is the solution, crypto is the solution, and it's really a hedge. That's the last thing I'll say. It's really the hedge against inflation, because the money that's sitting in your savings is getting like 2 or 3%, whatever, 1 to 3%. Inflation's going up 3 to 7%. So even while you're saving money, you're actually losing money. Bitcoin's the hedge.
Wow, Mike. And right now, the price of Bitcoin is roughly about 55,000, somewhere right in there. Where do you see the future of it going, potentially?
I think this year we're going to see 77. If you can make me co-host, I'll share my screen real quick. Yeah, but I think this year we're going to see all-time highs. I think this month we may see an all-time high for Bitcoin. There's a limited supply. And what people have to understand, thank you, is that if something is limited, right, then that means there's less of it, okay? If there's only 21 iPhones and Dave has one, I have one, and there's 19 left in the world, right? What's gonna happen to the value of our iPhones? It's gonna go higher, simple supply and demand that hopefully everybody can just really understand simply. There's less of it. Now, in the next 3 years, okay, right now, there's 18 million Bitcoin that have been mined for, or that people own. So people own throughout the world 19 million Bitcoin. In the next 3 to 4 years, the Bitcoin supply will be at 21 million. And then guess what? If we're going to see Bitcoin, potentially, we could see it at 100, 200, 300, 400K. There's really no limit. Okay, right now, there's $1 trillion in Bitcoin. Okay, $1 trillion. The gold market is at 11 trillion. Okay. Gold. That's a 10x from current price. We're talking about potentially $500,000 of Bitcoin, and gold is really unlimited. Okay. Elon Musk just found gold on Mars, supposedly, and he wants to bring it to Earth. What's going to happen to the gold's price? That's why we're seeing the price of gold go down and crypto's market cap go up. Crypto's market cap right now is at 2.4 trillion. So definitely some things to consider.
So Mike, there's a lot of skeptics with Bitcoin. There's a lot of people that say, oh, this is just a fad. It's a phase. It's going to go back down to zero. With all that money running through it, really, what do you tell people who are skeptical about Bitcoin and really crypto in general?
Yeah, so it's not going to zero. It's not. I don't even think it'll go under 20K. Because if you go into this, you go to resources, Bitcoin treasury, publicly traded companies, your bank, every bank in the US now, Citibank, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan, they're all already in. They're all buying. Okay, MicroStrategy is a company, publicly traded company in the US. The guy who owns his name is Michael Saylor. He has purchased 100,000 Bitcoin. This guy owns 0.5% of all of the Bitcoin ever. Okay, in circulation right now. He's not selling, okay? He's holding 10, 20 years. Okay, Tesla, Elon Musk obviously has crypto. So it's already too late. People's opinions, respectfully, it doesn't matter. Whether you buy it or not, doesn't matter. I'm not here to sell you on Bitcoin. I personally wouldn't buy Bitcoin at 54K, because for it to 10X, it's got to go to $500,000. Can that happen? Will that happen? We'll see in the future. But I believe that there's other cryptos in the game that you can really take advantage of. But Bitcoin is obviously the first. It's the most dominant for now.
Awesome, Mike. So there's a couple different ways for people to make money with Bitcoin and a lot of the other cryptocurrencies, which we'll get into. But Bitcoin specifically, can you kind of tell people the difference between holding and leverage trading?
Yeah, so you can buy the asset. Okay, if you come to CoinGecko and you click exchanges, if you're in the US, you're either using probably Coinbase or crypto.com. If you're out of the US, you're probably using Gemini or Binance or KuCoin or FTX. And those are exchanges that the exchange has purchased Bitcoin and then they sell it to you. Okay, so that's one way, and then you buy it from them. That's one way, and they make money on fees. That's one way you can buy your crypto and hold it. So if the price of Bitcoin, let's just clear this. Let's say you went to Coinbase and you would have bought Bitcoin last year in March. You would have bought it. Let's say you bought one Bitcoin 4K. Right now it's worth 54K. At one point, Bitcoin was at a penny. Okay, so it's outperformed every single thing in the world ever, times 1,000, right? So that's one way. Now, the second way is you can leverage trade it. So this chart right here is Bitcoin versus the dollar. So if Bitcoin strength goes up versus the US dollar, you can make money every single dollar that Bitcoin goes up, or if it goes down, every dollar or every point that it goes down, you can sell it versus the dollar and make money either way. So Bitcoin could go to 20K tomorrow. We're just going to short it and sell it on the way down.
Awesome, Mike. So we're going to talk about continuing education in a little while here. But, you know, this looks like a heart monitor to us, some people, especially brand new people. How would they even know what to do, when to do it, where like anything? Like, how do you make money leverage trading?
Yeah, so we actually have an application. Check this out. Right now, while we're on this call, one of my best friends, Nick Gomez, he just caught out a trade. So you can be on a Zoom, or you can be at the game, or you can be with your family. And the trade alert just came in, and he literally gives you, so this is a different crypto. This is Ripple, but he gives you a leverage trade. So he's saying that Ripple, XRP versus the dollar, is going to go up. So I can take these three numbers, entry, the risk, the stop loss, and the take profit. I can just copy and paste these three numbers into my own account with my own money, and this could potentially hit take profit 1, 2, 3, and I'll always know my risk. So this is an application that's already in your app, unless you have an Android, unless you have a BlackBerry, you have an Android or iPhone, you have a smartphone, God willing, right? You can take these trades literally on your phone. You don't even need a computer to do this. So this is one way, and you can download this app. Whoever invited you can help you, get plugged into it later. But yeah, leverage trading is, you don't even need a lot of money. You can really trade crypto with like $200, $300, and grow that account. My dad started with 300, and I legally can't even say how much his account's at now, but he started it 3 years ago. He does 2 to 3%, 3 to 4 days a week. He doesn't even trade that much anymore because the account size is at a point where one day is ridiculous amount of money. But he started with a couple $100, and he scaled that. Go do your calculator, or just ask your phone, ask Siri, $300, okay? 2 to 3% a day, 5 days a week for 2 to 3 years, and you'll see the numbers, and it'll line up. It's crazy.
That's amazing, Mike. So so really anybody could do this with any amount of money and with any prior experience or lack thereof.
Yeah, I mean, I dropped out of college, after like a couple days. So I was already an entrepreneur. I went to school to make my parents happy. I was miserable. It personally was not for me. And if I was able to figure it out at 20, like 22, 20, 23, when I got involved in this company, really anybody could, right? There's a lot more educated people than me. I just had some desire. I would say, Dave, the biggest thing is if somebody has a desire to learn and is willing to learn, doesn't matter how long it takes. But in the next couple of months, you will go to your bank, your application on your phone, Chase, Wells Fargo, and you're going to see a Bitcoin address. You're going to go to your favorite restaurant, and you guys drop a 1 if at your restaurant that you guys go to in your city, there's a barcode, right? Let me know if there's a barcode at the restaurant you guys go to. And it's for what? The menu. Guys, that's just put one more barcode, and then you pay with your crypto. In El Salvador right now, McDonald's, Starbucks, everything. You can't even use dollars anymore at this point. everything is barcode, 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 and it's crypto, it's Bitcoin. So just understand that the mass adoption is already taking place in the world. The educated will get paid, the uneducated will watch, just like they did with everything else.
Awesome, Mike. Well, that's Bitcoin. I see here you're on a website called coingecko.com, and it looks like in the top left, it says that there's 9,600 coins. I've heard that there's like 10, 11,000 plus coins.
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about other coins in general. How do you know what to buy? When do you get in? When do you get out?
Yeah, so crypto is not about buying a bunch of different random projects when people talk about it. Crypto is about obviously doing research, and it's about innovation. And people that don't believe in crypto, you don't believe in innovation for the human, race of we're going to get better, right? I think the Mar, or when we went to the moon, right, as a country, or as a the world, that was not that long ago. That was what, I can't remember, 70, 80 years ago, or maybe even, no, it was like 30 or 40 years ago, 50 years ago. I wasn't alive, so I don't know the exact date, but it wasn't that long ago, 50 years ago or whatever. Crypto, there's all of these different projects. Bitcoin was just first, but it's not even about Bitcoin. It's about blockchain. It's about security. It's about how many of you guys have ever had fraud from your bank, right? How many of you guys have ever had your identity stolen? That can't happen with the technology behind crypto. It's called blockchain. And this is what Visa is using, MasterCard. This is what everybody, all these major companies are already plugging into their services. So Bitcoin was just first, but then through Bitcoin's blockchain, that innovation, Ethereum came about. And then other projects have come about, right? Solana was at 20 bucks a couple months ago. It hit $200 a couple weeks ago, and it's at 150 right now. So there's all these projects. The key is not to chase all of these projects. The key is to get educated, to build your portfolio in the right way. I show people literally on my sessions how to do that, and I literally have a session in 30 minutes. So yeah, it's about looking for the team, the utility, what problem does it solve, a lot of different things, right? Things like smart contracts. Just write those two words down. Smart contracts. It's the future of everything that we have inside of crypto.
Hey, Mike, we've seen Shiba recently go up like 300%. We've seen Dogecoin with that huge thing. There's a lot of coins out there called meme coins. Can you go into meme coins and really, if it's a good idea, what's meme coins all about?
Yeah, so if you want to invest in projects that don't serve a purpose or utility, and it's just a lot of excitement, guys, you can make money. I'll never like hate on somebody or knock them down because they're technically involved in crypto. But the Dogecoins and the Shibas, there won't be here in 5 to 10 years. In 2017, there were other projects like that got a lot of excitement. They were called ICOs, incoming coin offerings. And a lot of the people that created those projects are now in federal prison for securities fraud. So can you make money in Shiba? Yeah. Shiba went up like 300% this week. The next day, it went down 200%. You guys see this? It shot up, and then it came right back down. So can you make money? Yes. Should you put your whole life savings in projects like this? No. You want to put a couple $100 and you don't care if you lose it? Sure. But these projects are just like the US dollar. It's unlimited supply. But here's the cool thing, is there's a lot of money in these projects. And when the whales and when the bigger people, okay, you don't move the market. I don't move the market. Institutions and what we call whales, who have hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, they move the market. We're just looking for projects of where they're going to move their money. Bitcoin has $1 trillion in it. Ethereum has $400 billion in it. And then it just drops off. 70 billion, 70 billion, 60 billion. So you want to be finding projects that have real use case, like actually solve problems. Like XRP solves problems for banks and for moving money, especially foreign transactions. You pay a fraction of a penny, like 1/100 of a penny, and you can move billions of dollars through Ripple. through their product. So it's just about getting educated on different projects. Just know that when this money dumps and when everybody's really hyped about something, they're in this euphoria stage. When your Uber driver is telling you to go buy this coin, you should probably look to get out of that coin. Okay, because it's not sustainable.
Yeah, Mike, that and before we move on to DeFi, that was the next question. When is a good strategy if somebody gets into a coin? When's a good strategy to potentially look for an exit strategy?
It's up to you. Everybody's risk tolerance is different. If I put $100 in something and it doubles, I mean, I want to protect my risk. Your number one goal as an investor is you're not just trying to throw money and lose money. So if you're up 5%, 10%, you double your money, whatever you want to do, you got to have a strategy. I can't give you financial advice, tell you exactly what to do, but you can make that decision. If I put $100 in, let's say Polkadot, and it goes from $30 to $60, I'm going to protect my investment. I'm going to take out what I put in and I'm going to let the profits continue to go. But it's also about learning, not studying and not, just sitting on these charts all day. But it's also, we want to teach you how to fish. That's why our company's done billions of dollars, because we've helped people learn how to fish, learn how to trade, where you can trade leverage and in your portfolio so you know when to get out. Everybody's buying Bitcoin now. Why were you not buying at 4K, 8K, 10K? Even last week or 2 weeks ago at 40K. That was the last opportunity that I would have personally bought Bitcoin as an asset. Now I'm looking for new all-time highs, and I'm looking to take profit on other projects as they go up as well.
Like, there's so many coins, 9,000 on this website, 10, 11,000 in general. How do you know what to get in, and when to get out? You keep talking about the company. Can you talk about portfolio building?
Yeah, so on Swipecoin, that same application I showed you guys, myself and another educator, Curtis Cobain, we actually send out which projects to get into. So this is not financial advice. These are what we call market ideas. Hey, we see this. If you decide to take it, feel free. One of the projects that I called out was an NFT marketplace called Superbid, right? So I called it out as an exchange idea. We do the research. We're looking at the team. We're looking at a bunch of different factors. But we also understand where the market could potentially go. You may not understand that today. It's okay. In entrepreneurship, you have to find somebody that has been doing it longer. Find somebody that has the result, right? So I sent this out on September 13th, and actually right now, or yesterday, the market, or this week, excuse me, the market has actually hit my entry at $2, and we're up about 15% from that market idea. And at whatever point you can take profit. But these exchange ideas come in literally directly to your phone, whether you're on a flight, wherever you're at. My good friend Curtis, he's been sending out the trades longer to the company than I have. He sent out Sushi Swap. It's a cryptocurrency on September 26, 2020 at $1. Okay, at $1. We're talking about 1 year ago. Today, that project is now worth $10. And at one point, it hit $23. So if you would have put in $100, potentially you could have had 2,300. 1,000, you get the point. 10,000, you get the point. That is what's crazy. You can leverage other people's knowledge. Should you still do your own research? Sure, do it. Okay, you can still do that with these projects. But this app notifies you, Cardano at 15 cents. Cardano right now is sitting at $2.20. Okay, that's a crazy. And it actually hit $3. So whatever that is, 20, 30x, whatever it has done, if you took that exchange idea. So I would make sure you're plugged into the Swipecoin application.
Yeah, Mike, that's awesome. And that's what's so amazing about that app is that you guys call it out when you guys have done the research and it's not a coin that everybody's talking about. You guys do the research and see what's coming, and everybody can potentially prosper. So we definitely appreciate you for that. We still want to get into DeFi and NFTs. I know it's half past the hour, so we'll get cranking here. Mike, you educate primarily on DeFi, decentralized finance. Why did you choose that as your baby, so to speak? And tell us a little bit about what DeFi is.
Yeah, so DeFi is Wall Street, but on the internet. Okay, it's a place in crypto that is about right now it's about $130 billion of the 2.4 trillion, so it's still very small, and it's a place where you could out earn every single bank that you've ever seen. DeFi stands for decentralized finance. So if something is centralized, like Coinbase, like your bank account, like anything that has your information, they could let you in and they can kick you out. If something is decentralized, you're not even giving your ID, your passport, your license. So I got excited about DeFi because DeFi and NFTs are both built on the Ethereum network for the most part, most of them. Okay. And both of them are going to help push the price of Ethereum. I was buying Ethereum when it was 60, 80, 100 bucks. Ethereum 1 year ago today was like $300-400. It hit 4K this year, and I believe it's going to go a lot farther than where it's currently at today, potentially, right? So DeFi is a massive market, and this is, and I can kind of show you, this is really where you could earn better yield or better interest than any single bank, any single savings fund, right? Any mutual fund. All of those things are now being challenged. When I was growing up, my parents told me to do certain things, find some good mutual funds. But you know what's funny is this is a fact, 94% of mutual funds don't even match the market. So the market's going one way, the fund is going another way. Okay. In DeFi, and I'll show you guys one example really quickly. You can do things like lending and borrowing. So I don't even need to go to a bank to get a loan. I can literally do it directly through Aave. This is a platform, and I can deposit some crypto and earn interest, and I could borrow against my crypto and pay an interest, but I could use that as collateral. And if you guys see here in the top right-hand corner, all I need is a wallet, and we're not going to go into that here today, but I'm not putting in my passport or a KYC, and know your customer. I click connect, I connect my wallet, and boom, I'm in the game.
Mike, that is absolutely amazing. Can you talk a little bit briefly on staking and yield farming?
Yeah, so staking is when all you're doing is you're locking up your crypto. So Aave has a staking program. I'm not going to go into it because you'll see profits, but Aave has a staking program where it's paying about 7% a year. Nothing crazy, but a lot better than your bank. So if I chose to buy Aave, let's say I wanted to buy the project, okay, Aave, remember this, very similar, 16 million max supply. What's going to happen eventually? Supply and demand. I was buying Aave at a couple $100. The price point now is pretty solid. And guys, there's $15 billion that's locked up, that's being lended, that's being borrowed, that's being staked. So I could potentially buy Aave today, okay? I could go to their website, connect it, click stake, and then I can start earning. So I'm going to earn Aave for staking it. So I'm going to stake my Aave. I'm going to lock up my Aave for 90 days, for 6 months, however long I want to do it. It's up to you, okay? And then while it's sitting there, I'm going to be earning about 7%, it goes up and down, about 7 to 8% APY on my Aave. But that money, that percent, what is it paying out in? It's paying out in Aave. So I'm earning free Aave essentially for just holding something that I was going to hold anyways. And if the price of Aave doubles and goes from 300 to 600, I just doubled my investment there, plus my staking rewards as well. And then yield farming is just, instead of staking one coin, you can what we call farm yield farm interest, and there's places that you can do it. And remember what I said earlier, everything you've seen about a bank, an institution, it's challenged, because in the US, you're pulling money just from people in the US. In DeFi, you're going into certain places with people from all around the world. So now you're pooling money, and there's different algorithms and different things in DeFi that allow a yield farm like Ethereum versus USDC. And it fluctuates. It goes up and down. It's not a set, no. But this farm right now is paying out 31%. Ethereum and Matic. So I put in Ethereum, I put in Matic, two different cryptos. And you can see the APY, and then same thing here, same thing here. So staking is one crypto. Yield farming, you're putting in two cryptos into a project.
Awesome. I know for me personally, I've seen some projects with 3-figure APYs. So
Yeah.
I just think it's absolutely amazing. Mike, where do you see DeFi going?
Well, DeFi will be bigger. Well, Ethereum will pass Bitcoin in market cap, I believe, in the next 12 months. So I believe Ethereum will be bigger, not the price of Ethereum, but the market cap, how much money's in it. I believe Ethereum and DeFi DeFi is gonna help Ethereum push the market cap above Bitcoin. Now, DeFi's market cap right now is about 120, 130 billion dollars. Forex, okay, does $5 to $7 trillion a day. Okay, imagine when some of that money from banks and institutions start to move into DeFi. I believe this could be I believe this is where Bitcoin is, or Bitcoin was 5 years ago. And I believe that's where DeFi is today. And DeFi is what's going to keep the bear market. Right now, we're in a bullish market. Everything is essentially just been going up this year. That won't be that way forever. And when the market does something like this and starts to drop a little bit lower and potentially come back down here this year, next year, whenever, DeFi will still allow you to earn different streams of income. So that's why it's something that you got to learn. And I actually built, the last thing I'll say to answer this, I actually built a course inside of Go Live, and I'm going to be live here in 20 minutes on our platform. You guys can plug in, but I built a DeFi course that is free to all of our students. And you can come in here, and it's an 8-day course. You click favorite sessions, and you have an 8-day course from the beginning, the understanding the power of DeFi, how to get into it, how to get started. And then for the more advanced individuals, after you finish the course, there's a 3-day boot camp here. And in day 3 here, I actually give out like 35 different cryptocurrencies that people can, plug into.
Wow, Mike, we could talk to you for hours. This is absolutely fascinating. So really quickly, we've learned about Bitcoin. We've learned about portfolio building. We've learned about DeFi. The last thing that is one of the hottest things in the market right now, and really, in my opinion, almost brand new, is NFTs. Can you touch really quickly on what are NFTs and what the big hype is?
Yeah, so NFTs are not new. NFTs have been around for about 4 years. Remember, NFTs are built on the Ethereum network. So NFT stands for non-fungible token. So if I take a picture of Dave, I can take a picture of Dave and I can put it through a process called minting, and I could sell that NFT. Now, I don't know, Dave's a good looking dude, but is that going to sell? I don't know, right? If Dave has a following, maybe, right? But you want to find NFTs. Okay, OpenSea.io is an NFT marketplace. Superbid is an NFT marketplace for influencers, for celebrities. This is why we're very excited about this project, because celebrities are auctioning off experiences or moments. So, this dinner with this Polish actress actually sold, it was an auction for $1 million. Okay, somebody paid $1 million to go to dinner with her. I'm not paying $1 million, but somebody did in this auction. And then obviously she's getting, it's like an 80-20 split. So it incentivizes the influencers to auction off their NFTs here. And then also people who just want to do cool stuff, experiences, NFTs. Now, OpenSea is the biggest NFT marketplace today. They did 4 billion last month in sales. So you want to look for projects that have a utility, okay? And none of this is financial advice. I got into the Koala Intelligence Agency. It sounds psychotic, right? It sounds crazy. Now, here's what's cool. Just like in crypto, there's a limited supply. So there's only 10,000 NFTs. Now, if I take a picture of this from my phone, you guys get me? And I take a picture of it, I could say that I own it, right? But I don't, because you don't own it until it's secured on the blockchain into the network. So the Ethereum network secures it. Hopefully that makes sense. And now in different collections, usually there's about 5 to 10,000 NFTs. Okay. Now, every time that this sells, Koala Intelligence Agency earns about a 5% royalty. Now you're saying, well, what is this project? That's where you do research. Okay. What they're doing, and I already saw it on their website, they're actually, for every koala that sells, they're actually literally, like in Australia, like literally saving koalas. Like they donated 14 Ethereum the other day. So 14 times 3K. They donated like 60K to this organization that rescues koalas. And then they also have a game that you can play, but you can only play the game online if you have a koala. So what am I saying? You have to find projects that have utility, that have a reasoning to buy it. And just like crypto, how there's 10,000 coins, there's going to be billions of NFTs that are not worth anything. So you got to find good projects. You got to find things that are real. But you're starting to see, rappers and artists and musicians, they don't need a label. What if they just sold their record or sold their album through NFTs? Okay, there was a rapper, his name's Tory Lanez. He sold 1 million copies. Okay, only 1 million copies for $1. $1. Okay, he made $1 million in a minute, like literally like 5 seconds. People bought 5, 10, 20 of them. And now some of those albums are reselling. So if you don't have the NFT album, you can't listen to the music. But remember, it's limited. There's only 1 million. There's only 10,000. And some of those albums have resold for 5K, for 10K, for 50K. Because the floor, when we say floor, is the last thing I'll say, is like the lowest price. So right now, the lowest price to buy a koala, this is an example, don't go buy one because I said to, is 0.35 Ethereum. What's that going to do to the price of Ethereum? Hello? Very important. And then let's say I bought this one. Okay, let me see real quick. Here's a good example. So look at this one. So 2 months ago, this koala was sold for 0.12 Ethereum. So this is like $300. And now it's selling for $1,200. So if I bought this right now, what is my intention? My intention is to make money on it, just like in any asset. So I had bought a bunch of these at 0.2 floor, the 0.2 Ethereum. So like $400. And then the floor a couple days ago went to 0.7 and I sold one of them. So I almost 4x'd my investment and I got out. I'm not just going to hold these forever. Okay. So you can build your portfolio, but NFTs is something that you want to spend a lot of education on. And inside of our DCX team, inside of our Go Live, we actually have a team, Zach, Jordan, and Mike, Thursdays at 3 p.m. Eastern. And they have a boot camp here that you can go through to learn about NFTs. Very important stuff. Very important. So yeah, Dave, definitely people got to get educated for sure.
Definitely, Mike. And that was going to be one of my last questions is continuing education. That's a lot of information right now. Hopefully people just took a lot of great notes and now it's off to the races. Okay, so what do I do from here? But how do I continue to get educated?
Yeah, you plug into the biggest education company in the world. It's really simple. This company has hundreds of thousands of customers. You have academies that teach you about Forex, crypto, binary options, right? Obviously I focus on crypto. And then you have live mentorship, right? So whoever invited you, they have a link. You can get started with them here today. And we have about 11 or 13 educators that teach just on crypto. So instead of watching Hulu and Netflix every single day, maybe you don't watch it every day and you watch something that's going to help you and your family. You know, myself, I go live on tonight or in 14 minutes. So if you guys get back to the person that invited you right now, you can actually plug into my session, and it's going to be a basics DeFi session. And then Tuesdays and Wednesdays, guys, we have Crypto Picasso. Funny name, right? He's been trading Bitcoin for 10 years. He calls out trades on the application that you guys will get a username and password to, that you could literally take his trades. Like if you go back here and you go back, let's just go back. Like I just want you guys to understand this. July 23rd, he called out a buy on Bitcoin, okay, at $32,000. Okay, this is not even that long ago. This is a couple months ago. Okay, Bitcoin's at $52,000 about right now. That was a couple months ago. So you get a chance to take his trades literally from the application. So yeah, Dave, people got to get plugged in. This is obviously something that's real. We have a convention in Houston with 10,000 traders. I'll be teaching on day one in literally 3-4 weeks in Houston. So if you're a guest here, you can get plugged in. We have a team call tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. So it's not something that you do this by yourself. You'll have a whole community of people like Dave and Amber and all the leaders and all the traders on this call. So I'm very excited for all the new people that are watching this.
Hey, Mike, we're going to end the call here with just a quick couple of rapid fire questions. I'm brand new to crypto. Is it too late for me?
No, it's actually hasn't started yet.
Awesome. Okay. Mike, what's your advice to somebody who's looking at this for the first time?
Is to form your own opinion, but understand that whatever your opinion is, this company and trading and crypto, you're just going to continue to see it. Guys, you know, I have the Red Sox game on over here, and the umpires are wearing a badge that says FTX. FTX is a crypto exchange. I live in Miami. I'm going to the Heat game next week. Guess what? The Heat arena is owned by a crypto exchange. I think it's PSG, a big soccer team. Can't remember exactly which one in Europe. FTX sponsored them, right? Tom Brady and Steph Curry, two very influential athletes, have partnerships with crypto exchanges. So it's literally in plain sight. And those who adapt are going to win. Like this is the .com era, .com bubble that happened 20 years ago, whatever, right? All those people who paid attention, they're in Forbes 30 for 30. In 10 years, the whole Forbes 30 for 30 is going to be filled with crypto traders. Just understand that.
Mike, you know what? I'm not very technical. I don't know math very well. And I just don't know if I could do well with crypto.
Yeah, I have an 81-year-old on my team in Ireland who said the same thing. And they literally just dropped a picture in one of these team chats on WhatsApp that they made, you know, some profits here today. So you don't need to be technical as long as you can copy. If you have a thumb, you know, or a finger, you can copy and you can, you know, paste some information and you just have some desire to learn. It's really not that hard. After you do it, it's the same thing over and over again. It's the same process, watching the live sessions, taking the trades, being patient, and you don't need to trade every day. You can build your portfolio and you can look for 1 or 2 trades a week. I don't trade every day. Absolutely not. You don't need to.
Perfect. Mike Sotero, we want to thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy day. We know you're teaching in 10 minutes here. Folks, thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy day as well to watch this video. Please get back to the person who sent you this video and ask them how to get continuing education. Okay, it's one of the best things that you could do. And again, we'll see you on the team. Thanks a lot, guys.